We offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
Thus, we offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
The United States federal government shall fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
Thus, we offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
Thus, we offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
Thus, we offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize other space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
Thus, we offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund and sustain a human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere. Glory! Amen!
Thus, we offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere.
What is debate?
Debate is a professional, proper way to get your argument and your point across from a different team.
Debate is a way of life because everybody goes into the room not knowing what they finna do, but they know they gotta argue on it and be good on it. And they know that
they have to know what they're talking about.
And it's like, they don't go in just reading off papers. You go in and you really have to put your heart into what you're reading. Amen. So you can do it. Like, yeah.
Amen. Debate is very important. You don't just go, you don't just argue unprofessional. You don't just argue just to argue going back and forth. It has to be structured. It's structured and the proper way of arguing. It's a good way to get your point across and release some stress just by talking and being smart. Everybody has the same thing in common. They like to argue, but they like to do it in a professional manner. And when you in an environment where everybody wants the same thing and like the same thing you like, it's a great experience.
Right. Even though you don't have the same core files or whatever, they probably still agree with what you're saying.
It's a way for people from all walks of nature to do what everybody, all of them like to do.
And they're probably to learn something they didn't know.
Learn something from somebody new, like, right.
And debate is who can argue their point across the best way possible, whether you negative or affirmative, long as you know how to get your point across in a friendly, proper manner.
Bodies to the universe ultimately populate one world after another. Only humans have the potential capability to willfully extend our destiny. B. In everyday conflicts happen that make extinction cause a nuclear war more likely and inevitable. Every small war pulls the trigger on a nuclear roulette. Every day in which a missile or computer system can fail also pulls the trigger on a nuclear roulette. Every day the United States depends on 30,000 nuclear weapons for security. These weapons are ready for use. There are plans for how to use them. So every day there's a small chance that one of the 40 conflicts going on in the world will escalate, with many of these wars touching upon perceived vital interests of major powers. F. Even conservative estimates prove we outweigh any decide. For every second we are in colonizing space, we lose almost an infinite number of human lives. What matters for the present purpose, both in 2003, what matters for the present purposes is not the exact numbers, but the fact that they are huge. Even with the most conservative estimate, the potential for 100 trillion potential human beings is lost for every second of postponement of colonization of our supercluster. Thus, we offer the following plan. The United States federal government should fully fund a sustained human spaceflight mission to explore and colonize space objects beyond the Earth's mesosphere. Contention 2 is solvency. The plan is the only way to guarantee successful colonization of planets that can sustain human life. A. Only the U.S. has the programs and technology and space to colonize space in the short term. Grab announced in 2009. The best prospect for a human colony on the moon seems to be NASA's Constellation Project. The best option is NASA's Constellation Project does have a Martian outpost as the ultimate goal. Creating a colony on the moon will generate an enormous amount of data that will directly aid in the quest to put humans on Mars. B. Maintaining an off-planet sanctuary is critical to provide assistance in repopulation after an Earth disaster. Shapiro 2009. In the case of a
every generation. I am open for cross-ex.
Okay. How much would it cost to colonize space?
I say over $1 million.
How would you be able to get that much money to college?
Well, I'm sure the government has the money. Since they're running our economy, they have the money for it.
Okay. And how would you get the people to?
I think it's better. The judge likes it better. Remember, you're trying to persuade the judge. You're not actually trying to persuade your opponent. You're never going to persuade your opponent, because if you do, they're not going to concede. So you're communicating, okay? So look at the judge. Also, I do believe it'll help your speaker points a little bit, not a huge amount, but a little bit, because the judge will look at like, that's confidence. That's someone who knows a little bit more about debate than those people, than those cross-examiners who cross-examine. In cross-examination, they always look at their opponent and not at the judge. Okay? Look at the judge. It's a little artificial. It takes a little getting used to, but it's better. Okay, 1 hour.
Also, to add on that, you said machines malfunction. So what would you be using to go to space? Machines, right? Machines, right? There's a chance that can malfunction also, right?
Essentially, things that become more old and more decrepit, such as the machines on Earth, those are more likely to function other than new high-tech equipment that we will be using for space.
Whenever you're speaking in debate, you have to stand up.
So you're saying you'll be using new equipment to go to space?
Why wouldn't we? How will we get up there if we don't use new equipment, new technology?
But don't you think we're taking a risk in going into outer space? Don't you think that's a risk in doing that?
You guys said that
How is that not a risk?
Mass destruction.
First of all, there's a lot of risk just by staying there. It's not much of a risk. Well, really, it's not a risk at all, believe me, because we always make sure that our technology is right where we can go.
In your evidence, you had said earlier that colonizing objects in space can extend our lifespan. Can you show me where in the courthouse it says that colonizing the moon will extend the human lifespan?
So if we come.
Listen to me. I said Bush put America back on course to maintain space dominancy, which means
he put him on course to do it. But if Obama ain't did it, and the next president said he don't like people that think about doing it.
That's the whole reason why I'm debating.
Okay.
Since Bush put us back on
Obama's
course,
term
Obama should allow us to do it.
No, if he ain't did it now, what makes you gonna do it the next 4 years?
That's the whole point why I'm arguing.
I don't care why you arguing. I want to know if Obama ain't been did it, what makes you think he gonna do it now?
If I ask him to do it, because
if you ask him to do it, people can't even get in touch with Obama shielding the kids and the dogs.
I can't.
What's his name?
This is why I'm arguing.
I didn't ask you why you argue. That question did not come out of my mouth.
What's your question?
I said, you know what, baby? Let's cross it.
You stated that we shouldn't worry about asteroids because y'all got the technology and stuff to alter the path. How will you move?
Where did I say that at?
Your first card, did you read?
First card, I said the risk of an asteroid collision is inevitable because we can alter their course so they miss Earth.
How can you alter their course?
Basically, he's saying they got the technology to track when the asteroid is coming.
Do y'all got it? I asked you how, what technology, and what you gonna do to do it?
Computers. They already got.
So I can go on a computer right now and type in something to move an asteroid.
I'm not saying it's gonna move. They saying it's gonna track it so they can alter their course.
If you track it, that ain't gonna stop it from destroying the Earth.
No, if they alter the course, it ain't gonna hit Earth.
How you gonna alter the course?
Ask them. They just said they gonna alter the course.
They're arguing the plan. You arguing the plan.
But they said. Are we saying?
All right. Next question. You stated that medicine is not important. The medicine will adapt to it. Is that a cure for AIDS?
I didn't say that the medicine.
Your second or third card, you said that medicine will adapt to diseases.
But we're not talking. Diseases won't cause extinction because they die too quickly, and medicine will adapt.
Is that a cure for AIDS?
Huh? We're not talking about AIDS. You guys.
Get on the topic.
You say probability is important more than magnitude.
Correct.
Maybe.
Yes or no?
Maybe.
No, only some will die. It's important that if only a few will.
Talking about.
Magnitude and probability.
I didn't say anything about magnitude
You did.
and probability. I did?
Yes.
And what you saying, like, what is your question? So, debate is a way to differentiate myself from the rest of the school, because the whole school not doing debate, and it's a way for me to like show that I'm doing something other than just coming to school on a regular basis.
Debate, being on the Austin debate team is very important to me, because people look at me just as an athlete and a football jock and everything else, and they don't know I'm not just all athletic. I'm academic as well. Being on the debate team, it just shows them.
And it shows the world, our neighborhood, that Austin doing something more than just being on news for stuff bad. It shows them that Austin does everything else. Like, show them that we have a positive side to Austin.
Just because it's a certain thing saying on the news that this kid did that and that kid did that, all kids not like that. All kids have a different mind. Just like with me, everybody don't expect me to be on the debate team, because they always just expect me to be on my phone and listen to music. Right. They don't expect me to actually be sitting here reading something that I care about. They expect me to be out here on the street doing something I ain't got no business doing. I don't have to.
Personally, I didn't want to do debate at first because I thought it was all arguing, but apparently my coach told me it's not about arguing, and when I went to my first tournament, I ain't feel nothing but excitement for it. Sure, I lost my first round, but I felt a whole lot of excitement from it. And personally, debate is important to me, because everybody in the school always see me as the quiet person, because I don't talk to nobody very much. But I get to express myself a lot just when I'm just in a debate match. I get to express myself in a way that I know, especially with my preacher